it's me. And also, some of you guys might know me from the internet. I oftentimes lurk on the boards. And I'm just, most of the time I just like to listen. You guys know, those of you who know me from G.I. Joe, these in-person events really are my favorite way to talk to fans rather than get, there's a word in Spanish for it, bochinche. Anybody Spanish speakers? So bochinche means like the gossip, and I think sometimes the gossip gets out of hand, and it's important to kind of talk one-on-one, because everybody's personal experiences with this brand are, they're all different. And I think it's important to kind of like really take the time to talk to people, because, the brand matters to people. It's all right, so without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it here. M.A.S.K, 40 years of transformation. This is the Wave 2 debut, and we got some other nice surprises in here too. Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome, agents. Welcome to the debut of the next evolution of M.A.S.K. And after the presentation, feel free to take photos of the product display area, share and tag, celebrate responsibly. And make sure to come up and ask me questions one-on-one. I'm here to ask just about everything I can. All right, so 40 years, we honored 4 decades of innovation, imagination, and mechanical mayhem with our 40-year line. So you can see it up here in all its black and gold glory. Take a close look at some of the paint jobs on there. They're not just black, but they've got like a metallic sheen that we improved from the factory. It's really exciting. Have a look up here. You can see them in person. They all come with little custom masks and that black and gold scheme. Before I jump into the presentation, I wanted to take a minute to just energy and lasting power that it does. But I know that there's been a lot of conversations online. I'm not mute to that point, but there's one thing I've learned, and to quote a famous smuggler, I've been in the industry a long time, about 25 years, and I've been from one end of the galaxy to the next, and I've seen a lot of strange stuff. But one of the things I've seen that's not so strange is fans, when they get angry online, it usually means that they really, really, really love the brand. They take it personally. And so it's super important that you listen. And so that's why I'm here today. I'm here to listen to you guys. And in a lot of ways, we're listening better now than ever before with B and the team. But it's because of you that keeps the mission alive. And without further ado, we're looking forward to show you the next wave. 4 icons return: the Hurricane, Gator, Stealth Submarine Cycle, and the Armored Assault Vehicle. Now you notice that the names have changed to protect the innocent. This had to do with, not by us, but Hasbro gave us names to use based on what was available. First up, we've got the Hurricane. We got some great images here to dictate what we're doing. I've been talking to some of you guys. The vehicles that we have on display are actually just vintage standby kind of things that are just placeholders. But we're taking our time really working on these things and making sure the detail is 100% right. I've had the privilege on this wave 2, we're working on it the entire time. When I came into wave 1, a lot of the stuff was already almost tooled, and we were like trying to figure things out. But this is exciting because we're having a chance to actually build this. I'm designing this stuff from the ground up, so it's a huge privilege. And you can see here that the exploded view of this thing is mega, mega complicated. And I put this in here to remind everybody, this thing is, in a room full of guys who know their stuff with toys, but the thing about M.A.S.K is I don't think there's ever, in toy history, ever been a brand that is mechanically complex with spring-loaded reveals. Maybe Starcom? Maybe any Starcom fans out there? Woohoo! Me too. I was talking to Benson, the RPM line, Transformers had some slow reveal stuff, but M.A.S.K and its pop-up reveal bin, there's really nothing out there. That's what's really exciting about it. The colors, the details, you want to click to the next one? You'll see here on the Hurricane, the colors and details have been replicated, and in some cases upgraded, and I can talk to that in a minute. And last but not least, with every M.A.S.K vehicle, we are doing brand new figures. And here's Hondo McLean with his 2 masks. One of the things that's really important to point out with the figures is I'm starting to develop universal hip joints so that there's a more defined 90-degree seating post. I'm all about systems, and I want to try to make sure that there's systems that are applied across the board for Wave 2. You know, we're here, we're listening to feedback, we're growing, and one of those things has to do with, you know, sitting. Helmet fit, another thing, we're working on that too. All right, jumping right into the features. We're including some bonus weapons with the Hurricane, and these will be small weapons that can mount under the bumper. Those of you might recognize these from the EU exclusive Sea Attack set. These are the fog pitchers and the laser harpoon weapon. Next, I spoke to the enhanced paint. You can see small details like windshield wipers, all that sweet trim. Really, yeah, be a really cool cat daddy-o now to drive this guy around, because I tricked it out with all sorts of extra paint apps, which is going to be really exciting. This thing is supposed to be a tank, so I made the bottom have a lot of extra armor, bulletproof effects, and then you'll notice here that the hardtop I've also made have a bulletproof look as well, just because it never made sense to me the Honda's up there, you know, kind of like the Havoc in G.I. Joe. He's like on full display. He like is able to actually get protected. We're including labels to allow you to customize the rear tire and the hood detail. So if you want, we're gonna have the loyal subjects in there, some other logos, you can customize your Hurricane. I'm including small details. You know, my old man was he was a car collector. He had a big collection of Arago cars, and he loved the way the clear headlights looked. And I think it's an important addition, so I included them into Wave 2, and they can be removed and replaced. So it's like if you don't want it, you want that vintage look, you can remove those and place the glass effects in it. Heavy-duty blast effects, and this is exciting. As you saw on the debut image, you can really trick this guy out so it looks just like the box. Next up, I heard something out there, but yeah, come up with that question later to me. We've got the Gator, protect and rescue on land and sea, the vehicle mode, and the hydroplane attack mode. As you can see, this thing is really, really complicated. And one of the most complicated things about this is the huge spring inside. So we're taking a look at that and making sure that it's going to function. It's an 80s mechanism. So it's like, you know, we're trying to replicate it perfectly, but one of those things is you know, perfection has a lot to do with understanding how this vintage line, which is arguably one of the most complicated spring-loaded toys ever created, functions and works and things like that. So we're gonna have an open dialogue with you guys to try to understand what those expectations are and make sure they align. I'm adding cool details like a clear windshield, which for a lot of toy lines, you're like, clear windshield, great, John, but this guy never had one, so it's important to like point out the fact that there's actually a clear windshield. Oh wait, I'm gonna go back. There's also some other small details on there too that I want to give credit for. Thanks, Ben. Jeez. Added some foot pegs in there. Jeez, man. There's a little tiny little throttle control in there, and then around the depth charge, I've added some little small details. I was a big fan of Firefly, the G.I. Joe figure that had all the little like molded stuff in the back. So I was trying to bring that vibe in with this thing as well. It's small, but it's a little details that make a big impression. Like, and then you look at the next guy, Dusty Hayes, another great example of cool details. This guy's got all sorts of cool stuff on him as well. We'll jump right into the features. First up, I've upgraded the pivoting rooftop cannon. It's now not an easily lost single part, but it actually has two pieces, and its design theory is different, and it reflects a little bit better in some other parts of the entertainment that some of you might be familiar with. Also upgraded, as I mentioned, clear windshield, but also larger wheels and tires. Not much larger. I put the classic one here, and I'm really trying to walk that tightrope between like just a straight up replica and doing enough like contemporary updates to this thing that it feels right. I'm not going full Pursuit of Cobra with it, but I'm trying to keep it like just enough dialed up that it's going to make a pointed difference. So those of you who are like vintage collectors, you've got your vintage stuff, and loyal subject stuff has some marked improvements. But where possible, like the roof cannon and things like that, I'm looking at ways, no promises yet, I'm looking at ways to try to make some of this stuff backwards compatible to some of your collections you have already. Hood of the hydroplane, and that was to hold Dusty's mask. Well, we've also, for the loyal subjects version, we're going to be including a metallized boat engine, like an engine block, which is pretty cool, and that'll fit in that spot for those of you that want to try to replicate that look from entertainment. And last look, we've got the electric out, which is the rooftop cannon and all of its 80s like phaser looking glory. And then we've got the freeze gun effect in the front as well, that allows you to kind of like put some of Mayhem's crew on ice. The AAV, as we're calling it now, comes with a variety. Well, switch back to that last one for a minute, because I'm going to do some really cool stuff on here. You can see from this angle.
Just so everyone knows, I gave John a 10-minute time limit. We're at 12 minutes and we're halfway through. Should I cut them off, or do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm very verbose, so you guys know me. I'm just like, you should read my emails, right, Dina? They're super long. All right, so this guy comes with all sorts of details. We'll jump right through it. In the interest of time, very complicated.
Take your time. You're here for this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. So you can see on the inside, there's a really complicated mechanism in this where the hood activation has a separate button as you push it.
Big that Toy Story, and a lot of other really great partners around the world. So stay tuned. Not going to give you the date right here, but it will be in the next 2 months or so. So psyched for that. And let John take you guys out.
Uh-oh, I feel like there might be a special transmission coming through. Uh-oh, what is this? It is a special mission brief incoming. We have a special reveal. I don't know what happened to that. All right, so we've got a cool reveal for New York Toy Fair. This is a hologram edition, which is a brand new kind of look for these guys, but it's inspired by the clones. It comes with an all-clear matte trapper clone with matching masks, which is kind of dope. So those of you guys are collecting those rare clone figures out there, a lot of fun. But although it made my eyes cross when I was working on this thing, we added a really cool feature. Ben, hit that beautiful beam footage. Well, there it is, a little close up. It glows in the dark. So if you put this thing under your like iPhone or whatever, this grid that's been printed on the top is printed in glow in the dark ink, and all the plastic on the inside is glow in the dark as well. So this thing really lights up, and it's going to be a real nice showpiece on the shelf. No, So all this stuff that's on here is all going to glow in the dark, and it looks really, really cool. They're going to include some glow in the dark stickers too. So yeah, we're going to leave that there if you want to come up and take pictures. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Ben has a nice announcement to make here.
Yeah, so this is your first look at one of our Comic-Con exclusives. So more to come on this as we get closer to the summer, and we'll have some other mask items for Comic-Con as well. So dropping a couple items. So you'll have Wave 2, Comic-Con drops, tons of goodies from us for masks. So that is officially Comic-Con first look. And Wave 2, and all we got comments on it.
I will take it out, everybody. Mask. Yeah, right. Good enough. All right.
Yeah, get it. I don't know if you remember.
Do you want me to pop? Should I pop the wings?
Well, let me get a photo and then I'll do the video. Yeah. If you could, please. Yeah.